and a major city yet to be determined in Russia.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. Nobody understands the seriousness that is going on in the world right now. Yesterday, Putin again committed cyber terrorism with a hack on our military and NASA. Nobody seems to understand we're in World War III. We're not almost there, we're in it. But nobody recognizes it because it's not, guns blazing, bombs falling from the sky, what we've typically understood as warfare, like in Afghanistan. That's a war. The Taliban is now taking over now that we're leaving. We've got over 90% gone, and the Taliban have risen up. We failed in Afghanistan. And as a result, Afghanistan is about to be overrun with the Taliban, a militant group of terrorists. What we are experiencing has never happened on the face of the earth in all of its recorded history and before, assuming that space aliens who were here on Earth in the beginning didn't have a cyber war. That's what World War III is. It's a cyber war with cyber terrorists. And we have a Congress that refuses to declare war against our enemy, Russia. We have a president who keeps making threats, who keeps making lines not to cross Putin, and he crosses them, and then Biden draws another line, and another line, and another line. We're getting our butts kicked. And you guys don't know it because you don't know the consequences of a cyber war. You haven't experienced the damage it's going to do to your lives. The pipeline? Yeah, there may have been some of you who had an inconvenience for a week. You do not understand the damage Putin can do because he controls everything. He's KGB. He's the desk job of James Bond. Maybe Penny. Maybe. Probably as awesome as her. Money Penny. But it's so frustrating. I warned our intelligence agencies and the president, hey, July 4th. Yeah, Putin attacked. And they did nothing. They let it happen. They didn't prevent it. They didn't prepare for it. They let it happen. Our own government is handing us over to Putin. And you may think, oh, well, that's great. I'd rather be Russian than Democrat. Remember that from the 2016 election? I do. My neighbors all wanted to be Russian. You do not understand. Putin hates America. He does not embrace us. It's a trick. It's a trap. He is the snake and America is the little girl. Remember that story? Trump does. He told it before the election. You knew who I am when you picked me up. Yep. And so Nelson, the brand new president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the one true prophet, speaks for historical Jesus, created by Constantine, and a major city yet to be determined in Russia. Oh, that's great. You handed over the church to Putin. You do not understand. Putin will not let you in when he takes over. He's replacing you. And you're not chanting, Russians will not replace us. Because you'll be dead when it happens. See, the church is thinking, hey, we're going to fulfill Scripture by gathering the northern tribes of the House of Israel, Russia, to Salt Lake City after they destroy America and we're allowed to practice polygamy again. Putin has alternate plans for the church and for America. Back in 2012, Russia held an election. Putin was involved. Putin claimed America interfered in that election. You know, like they did with 2016, 2018, although we shut them down on that day. In 2020. Putin blames America. Who was running for president in America at the time? Romney. Romney was the only person from America to condemn Putin. Putin blames Romney. Which church does Romney belong to? I'll give you a hint. Because of his running for president, there were a whole bunch of memes put out, and one of them was him and his wife in magic underwear. Putin blames Romney. He's American. He's Mormon. Putin blames America. Putin blames the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Any deals with Russia have an ulterior motive. He's KGB. He thinks like a chess player. He thinks in advance. He has a goal, and he makes all of his plans and preparations towards that goal, reviewing what the consequences will be for each of his actions. He is very precise, very calculating. He plans in advance, and he's willing to wait. And he has waited for a decade. And now he's attacking. We are at war, and nobody sees it because it's never happened on the face of the earth in all of history. And Nelson handed over the church. Trump handed over America. And so how is this going to work? Well, America has to be destroyed in order for the church to have their Zion temple will be finished in 2024. That's when Russia will be here. But in order to have the church get away with all this, because there are still people here in Utah who don't like polygamy, who are going to oppose it. So what does the church do when people oppose them? Yeah, they exterminate them. They destroy their lives. So, hey, we've got to force an exodus. They've got to force an exodus. So they're burning us to death. They're polluting our land, air, water. We're in a severe drought that hasn't been this way for 1,200 years, that is worse than the Dust Bowl. And something more is coming. I warned you in advance about all of this. I warned you that the head of the University of Utah's mental health system knows of a coming traumatic event this year. Soon. Back when I said it. In which he's going to generate a whole lot of business. I've gone over with you how psychology is a fraud. It's a pseudoscience, fake science. I've gone over with you that it was a Mormon who created the category system, which, in short, for this video, feelings, nothing more than feelings, trying to forget my feelings of you. Yeah, they manipulate your feelings. They get you angry. They get you emotionally upset and disturbed and depressed. Cabin fever. Oh, you have coronavirus cabin fever. Come see us, pay us money. We'll give you drugs that will kill you. Shorten your lifespan. Oh, police are shooting unarmed black men. Oh, come and see us. We'll give you drugs to shorten your lifespan. We'll brainwash you. Make you feel better about the horror that's going on. Just like the commercial where they're using celebrities to say, oh, there's going to be businesses that are going to deceive you and place up a little sign as coronavirus, the Delta variant, is on the rise. Missouri is already experiencing a crisis. And where there's one state, it will spread. It's already in Utah. We're over 10% as a state. We're supposed to shut down. We're in the red. But nope. Free agency. Yep. Or victim blaming. So that Cox could wash his hands of us. This was prophesied, guys. Doctrine and Covenants, section 4531. And I only get 10 people viewing my videos now. But apparently that's too much. Because the cyber terrorist, the Mormon YouTube employee, is being ordered to keep shutting me down further and further until I am crushed and silenced, so that none of you hear my warning. None of you will be safe. All of you will be exterminated and replaced. Because Putin, yeah, he'll do the infiltration, rise up in number and in popularity, take over positions of authority, rise up the chain of command, and take over the church. That's his plan. Is that what the church prophets think is going to happen? No, they don't think that far in advance. They were shocked when I presented the court with the inverted pentagram. Gave Holland a heart attack. Snowflake. Somebody caught us. Somebody knows. We need to silence them. And so yesterday's videos pissed off the church. I went over in yesterday's videos how the church is paranoid of me. They're scared to death of the information I know. Because the church ordered and paid for my assassination. You just gotta have hired professionals, not Mormons, to do the job. Mormons who have never done this before, who have never taken a life, and who do not watch R-rated movies. So they don't understand when the church prophets say, take care of him, it means assassinate him. This cyber terrorist, this is why I call him a terrorist. I exposed him. I lured him out and he fell for it. And so the first day he was silent. Oh man, he caught me. Because he's a science denier. When you're talking about prophecy and signs in the heavens, you're talking about the astronomy science. You can use science. You don't need to use a spiritual witness to create scenarios like this cyber terrorist working for YouTube did. See, I didn't even ask for that. He just volunteered it. He thinks it's a supernatural event, denying science, when clearly it's saying, hey, we're dealing with astronomy, a science. Sun shall be darkened, moon turned to blood, stars fall from heaven. Astronomy, science. I've been giving you science. I've been, in advance, prophesying of signs in the heavens for you. And not a single one of you catches on, well, the ones that aren't putting the thumbs down out of the 10. That I am correct. Again, I already told you. I knew of the attack on the 4th of July. It's just not what you were expecting, because you have incorrectly believed, because the church has misinformed and disinformed you about Mormonism. They've lied to you. They've deceived you. They put up a front saying, oh, Jesus, historical Jesus, it's all history. The first vision, it's history. The Book of Mormon, it's history. No, it's not. I've told you, Joseph Smith Sr. was trained, educated, and had an interest in code. Jewish mysticism is all about coded communication using Hebrew. Freemasonry, specifically of the York Rites, which he belonged to and was a master mason of. Code through symbol. Code using the Knights Templar. Egyptian gold treasure plates buried in the ground of America. Sound familiar? Really? Joseph Smith. Do I have to explain this? Oh, I lifted up a rock, and there were the Egyptian gold treasure plates buried in the earth. Ta-da! It didn't happen. That's why there is no big rock on the hill Cumorah. Moroni didn't take the rock and the thing inside the rock thing inside the earth. There were no plates. It's all code. What is the code? Wow, it's a warning to America to be good or we're going to be destroyed? To eliminate the secret band of Gadianton and the great and abominable church, otherwise we're going to be destroyed? And none of you caught this. You all think, oh, we're a part of the true church, we're going to survive. Nelson would certainly never hand us over to Putin. Dear God, the church and the YouTube employee are silencing me because of this information. And I don't think the church understands what's going to happen to them, because they're handing over the church to Putin, whether they realize it or not, because that's what Putin's planning. Destroy America and then send Russians into America. And they will infiltrate, they will get popular, rise up into authority, go up the chain of command, and take over. That's what Brigham Young did to Joseph. And Putin's going to do it right back at him. That's how evil works. There is no honor among thieves. Criminals have their own set of rules, and it's survival of the fittest. King of the mountain. The church thinks they're the king because of their wealth. Putin's KGB. He can hack their wealth and take it from the church anytime he wants. He can destroy the genealogy program anytime he wants. He can steal the membership records any time he wants. He's just toying with us right now. We are at war, but Putin is toying with us. Because remember, he thinks ahead. He never does anything without expecting all different types of scenario responses. And so if we strike back finally, if Congress declares war, if Biden finally gets a spine rather than trying to work with him and MAGA, I mean, dear God, Biden, we're at war and he's trying to play footsie with MAGA. He's touring MAGA states right now. Oh, I want to be your friend. I won't send you to prison. I want to be your friend. God. Captain Moroni knew exactly how to treat MAGA. Knew exactly how to treat Lamanites. Title of Liberty. So yeah, My videos yesterday really pissed off the church. Because Nelson did that video clip that I presented yesterday 2 months after his conference talk, where I exposed him as a fraud. They're watching all my stuff. They're keeping tabs on me. You don't sue the church and then the church just ignore me. No, they watch everything I do. They have to be on their toes with me. That's why I'm silenced on YouTube. And so yesterday's videos pissed them off. Because his video was in response to me, and then I finally find it and expose it. Because in that video, Nelson, or the church who made that video, drop out the part where he says, I learned from Hebrew scholars that an alternate translation is white supremacy. Let God prevail. No. And so I exposed it. It's not Hebrew. The Hebrew is already in the text. Prince of God. Yah. Prince of God, the latter-day Messiah, through Jacob now rather than Esau. But Nelson and the church turned it to say, well, it's in our footnotes. He was only following the footnotes, not Hebrew. And so I exposed it yesterday, because I was involved in the footnoting program for 2009. I know all about it. I know the rules that we were supposed to follow. And I exposed it. Nelson has no recourse for justifying with white supremacy. It's wrong. I told you. Jacob now becomes the ancestor of the Messiah, not Esau. That's the reason for the name change. And we get Judah and we get Ephraim, which Joseph Smith says he's of both. Restoring the kingdom of David, not the church of historical Jesus created by Constantine of the Roman period, who failed. But apparently he's going to get a second chance as a failure. You guys are getting played for chumps in this cyber war. The church is purposely ordering you to be dumb. Do not go to the world sources on the internet. Only believe in what we give you. And I expose that. The manual doesn't talk about Hebrew, the learning of the Jews in the Book of Mormon. It only talks about Egyptian. And they go and speculate. Oh, I wonder what the altered Egyptian is. We don't know. No plates. So we can speculate and use spiritual witness to tell us the truth rather than science. Alright. So yeah, yesterday I got cyber attacked. This cyber terrorist working for YouTube, working for the church under his orders, who is an anti-science person, who's ignorant, who thinks he's smarter than me, when all it is that he is in a position to commit cyber terrorism. The church was pissed yesterday and ordered him to attack me. He knows my IP address and attacked me yesterday. They are in the wrong. They know it. And so they lash out with attacks, cyber terrorism, because they know they're wrong. If they were right and true, they wouldn't need to worry about me. Just like John Dehlin, Ex-Molex, Thinker of Thoughts, all those other guys. They leave them alone. It's just me. Because I tell the truth. All those others, they spread the church's lies. So, I was attacked. And on the very day that Putin was attacking too. This is war. So when whatever happens, I told you guys, all who are listening, spread the word. If you are able to leave by vehicle or some kind of transportation, we need to stick together. We can't let them scatter us. There will be the tendency of some to say, oh, I know what to do. I'm in survival mode. Every man for themselves. No. We need to stick together as a human race. Get down or up wherever you are in Utah. Get to the intersection at Green River turnoff. The 191 at the 70. We're going to take the 70 out. Anybody who is hearing, when it happens, please get as many people as you can. If you can get truckloads of food, whatever other supplies, great. I don't know how it's going to happen, so I don't know how it's going to be organized. This is no time for a power trip. This is no time to survive of the fittest. This is no time for denials. No, the church prophets will protect us with magical powers. I'm not going to leave until Nelson tells us to. Please, I'm trying to save your lives. Nelson is putting your life in danger. 3,000 are dead from coronavirus because of him. He knew in advance, and he murdered to get gain of 6 billion. All Mormons understand what I'm saying. Murder to get gain. 3,000 murdered, 6 billion gained. It can't be any clearer for you to identify him as a false prophet, the Antichrist. You have been played. The con is on, and you're the suckers and losers, because you're not listening to me, who's trying to save you in all this. As YouTube is siding with the enemy, committing cyber terrorism. So if there's anybody listening, I hope you listen.